Hello. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but lately I've seen some people posting their creepy stories, their creepy like Iowa related stories on Facebook a ton for some reason. Probably because like October is right around the corner. We're getting close to spooky season. And when it comes to like ghost stories and things like that, I don't really have any good ones, but I have one that I want to share because I think it's kind of fun and it relates back to my hometown of Chariton, Iowa. In fact, if you're from Chariton or around that area, Lucas County, you'll probably hear this story and it might make you smile or it might scare you. I don't know. But anyways, when I was growing up, there was the cemetery near Chariton called Stoneking Cemetery. And there is a monument there for this guy named Joseph Stoneking. And there's all these urban legends about it. Like, basically, I'll read you what the monument says. It's creepy. It says, "Dear children, as you pass by, as you are now, so once was I, as I am now. So soon you'll be. Prepare for death and follow me." Creepy, right? Like, that's just weird. I was reading that off an image of Google Images here. And I remember growing up, you'd always hear like urban legends about Stoneking Cemetery. I know it was a popular thing that got passed around the playground. Always hearing stories from different kids, different urban legends. But I remember one thing that was very prominent and kind of creeped me out as a kid, because I heard several different people say it, is they'd go out there with like their electronics, like a digital camera or something, and the battery on the electronics would just die. And it was the spookiest thing. And I didn't really know what to think as a kid. I believed it because I was a gullible kid and I believed everything. But I never actually experienced it. I was too chicken to go out to Stoneking myself, especially as like late elementary school or middle school. Or I never did anything cool like that. But one day when I got to high school, I remember I had a bunch of family in town. And I had some cousins who were really into investigating like these haunted places around Iowa, and they were from northern Iowa, and they really they really wanted to go check out this cemetery because they saw it on some website, and they're like, "Oh, we got to see it. We got to see what this is all about." So I decided, okay, I wanted to be a cool cousin. I didn't want to be a lame cousin. So me and my family that was there, all of us kids at the time, we were all like high school age and a little younger. We hauled into my grandparents' van and we went out to Stoneking Cemetery. And, we got there. It wasn't a big deal. Spoiler, I didn't die. Nobody else did. But, it was just kind of like, oh, this is interesting. And we didn't like visit it like late at night. I think it was like in the evening when we went. But we read the thing, on the stone and and just kind of looked around for a second and then got in the van. And as I was getting in the van, I remember I also stepped in cow poop because there were a lot of cattle out there in that area too. Minor detail. Maybe that's part of the spookiness of the story. But what happened when I got in the van, I'll never forget. I tried to start it and it wouldn't start. The van was just dead. And I automatically thought back to those stories on the playground when people's electronics would die. It was just like that, but with my van. Or my grandparents' van, I should say. It wasn't mine. And I tried it a few times. Wouldn't work. It was like something just died. It was like an electrical issue, which creeped me out even more. I called my dad and he said, just give it a little bit and try it again. And I did. And then after that, it worked. And we went home. And it might seem kind of anticlimactic, but that is like the spookiest story I've ever had. And it's probably kind of dumb compared to some other ones. I didn't see a ghost or anything like that, but that's been one that's always stuck with me. And I shared it a while back on my podcast, First in Line, when I did the Haunted Mansion episode, but I kind of wanted to share it again because it's just something I've been thinking about this year, and seeing all these posts about, spooky locations around Iowa got me thinking about it. And I haven't heard anybody talk about Stoneking, which I think is interesting. Hopefully nothing bad happens to me for posting this video, though. Now I'm kind of getting nervous now. But that podcast episode I mentioned has been up for a few months, and I'm A-okay. So we'll see. That's my spooky story, and that's about as crazy as my life gets. Thanks for listening, everybody.